Welcome to Coastal Living Down Under next tutorial. What I'm going to be doing today is doing the 3 containers and this little one here that I missed out on the last tutorial. So I've done the step for the melted wax step. That's over there in my pot. And now I'm just going to do some quick prep work so I can show you quickly how to set these up. Now, what I'm going to do is cut this later, but just to get it in place, in the right place, all you do is use one of these Wick holders. If you haven't got one of these or you don't want to buy them, that's fine. That's no issue. You don't have to buy them. I also use pegs. So I've also got this little one here and I've just used a peg. So you can do the same thing here. I've got 2 small ones that I set up in case I have any wax left over, which I always do. And all I've done is use the peg, clamped it just so, and then I leave it to rest there. Okay, so we're just going to do the prep of these candles. One more here, like so. And all you're doing is just sliding the wick into the bracket and then just make sure it's on the ground. It's fine. And then this last one, the same. Now the last one, I'm going to do one of these wider wicks, which I've done before in my tutorials. I never throw anything away either because there is always something to use it for. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one in there, like so, and that's the perfect size for that candle. It may look like it's awfully short, but in actual fact, when you have to put the lid on, you need to give it some room. Okay, so that one's popped in there. And like I said, if I'd thrown that away, I wouldn't be able to use it today. Okay, so we've got our wax, we've got our 464 wax, we've got our colours, which are here. Colours, oils, fragrances. Now I've got an extra pot today because I'm going to do 2 fragrances, okay? So basically, let's just see if that's, actually no, that's a pretty good temperature. So the temperature we've got it at right now is 69, okay, which is a perfect pour-in temperature. So, let's take that out. So I'm going to pour enough for 1 big candle into this container. Okay. Put that there now. And then we're going to add the fragrance. Now the first one I'm going to do is I've got a lovely flower bomb fragrance here. So as I've showed you before, maximum load is 10%. So basically what's in here is 350. Okay, so you wouldn't want to put any more than 35 mils in. Okay, give it a swirl around. Now that I'm doing a separate one, if I wanted to do a colour as well, you could mix that in now. Okay, just a bit more. Some fragrances are less fragrant than others. For instance, my caramel fudge one is extremely strong, so you don't need as much. But you'll find these things out as you use your fragrances more. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to pour this one into this one here. Smells delightful. And you just pour like so. Now you have to be careful that your wick with this one doesn't fall over, so you have to do that gently. Now pour it up so that it's a couple of, about 3 to 4 centimeters off the top. Now see how I've got leftover wax in the bottom? And that's why I have these other ones set up, because I don't want to use the same fragrance for these 2, but now I have the option of using this. So we'll pour that one in there. We're almost done, so we'll just put this one back like so. Okay. Now we're going to pour our fragrance into here, and I'm going to do a very vanilla for this one. Okay, so like we said, we need to do about 10%. Right, like so. Give it a good stir. And I always do a test, which is a good little sniff. Now I think that needs a bit more, although we'll give it a bit more of a stir and see if that brings the fragrance out. Almost need coffee beans just to reset my scent. Actually that's perfect now. So make sure you give it a good stir. Okay, so we're going to put that over here. Now I'm going to do one colour, but we'll do the one without colour for now. And I would like to show you the rainbow method again. Now make sure you don't fill it up all the way again, because you need to have enough room for the lid if you're going to use the lid. Okay, so we might do rainbow today for both of these, given that it's Christmas. Okay. Now I'm not using the lids for these two. These are going to be in my house. The girls love to burn candles, so we're going to keep those two in the house, and we're going to do them as rainbows. So the next step is to do the colours. I'm just going to move this candle out of the way. That's our earlier Christmas candle, just so you can see things a little bit better. Okay. Now, we have got a teeny tiny amount left, so we'll use it in this one. And we'll pour that in. Now, it's not enough for the full candle, so basically I just leave that over until I do my next pour, and I just make sure I set aside enough to do a small amount of vanilla. Okay, so we're going to do the rainbows. So we have a blue. Now the blue that I used yesterday was a little bit overpowering, so what I will do today is I will try and lessen that by using the aqua. So I've got aqua here, I've got magenta, which is our red, and I've got yellow and purple. So we're going to use all four of them today because we've got quite a big jar. Okay, so what I use first is the purple. And the reason I use the purple first is because then I get to give it a good flick. Okay, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Now when I drop this purple in, it literally just drops to the bottom. I don't know if you can see that from here, but it just drops straight to the bottom. Whereas the red and the blue, for some reason, will spread out across the entire surface. So purple always goes in first, and that way you can use your skewer and give it a good flick. Because what you want is you want the purple to come up to the top. All right, give it a good flick around, and there you have got purple on the top. Now we'll do a little bit of red, one drop of red, and as you can see, it's spreading out across, and then eventually it'll suck back down and only leave a small amount of pink. And then we've got, this is the turquoise. Now the turquoise is a bit more like the purple, so we may need 2 drops and a bit of a flick for that one. And get the turquoise, and bring it up. Get the turquoise and bring it up to the surface. And last but not least is our yellow. Now you don't do too much of this. Okay. Just do 1 drop of yellow. And then we'll flick it up. Whoop. Put the yellow, flick. Yellow, flick. Okay. All right. So that's that rainbow. What we're going to do here is we're just going to use just 2 colours. I'm going to use the turquoise And I'm just going to use the white from the candle. So I'm going to do a few drops here. And what I'm hoping is you'll get that beautiful tie-dye and creamy white of the candle wax. I'm just going to stir it through like so. Flick it up to the top. Now it doesn't matter if you bump your wick because you can always move it back when you're finished. Alright, try and get this colour up. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to film these. So we'll just recenter that. I'm going to move you over so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll end the video. Don't forget to subscribe, because after this video I'm going to do a time-lapse video so you can watch it set and how it transforms into the beautiful colours that you see as the end result. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Coastal Living Down Under Australia. Subscribe to us now and don't miss out on our wonderful videos that you can do with your kids at home when you've got a few moments spare. I find it very relaxing. Okay, thank you. Bye.